Imagine this. You wake up tomorrow, and without translating in your head, without pausing, without that awkward silence, you just start speaking English naturally. No stress, no hesitation. Just flow.
That sounds like a dream, honestly. Because right now, every time I try to speak English, my brain feels like it's doing gymnastics.
Exactly. And here's the truth most people don't realize. You're not bad at English. Your brain is just trained in the wrong way.
Wait, so it's not about vocabulary or grammar?
Not primarily. The real problem is this. You're still thinking in your native language first, and then translating into English.
Oh wow, that's literally me. I build the sentence in my head first, then try to convert it. And by the time I'm done, the conversation has already moved on.
And that's exactly why today's episode might completely change how you experience English. Because we're not just going to learn English, we're going to rewire how your brain thinks.
That sounds intense, but also kind of exciting.
It should be. Because once you start thinking in English, everything changes. Speaking becomes faster, listening becomes easier, and confidence, it skyrockets.
Okay, but is that actually realistic? Like, can anyone really train their brain like that?
Great question. Let me ask you something, and I want everyone listening to think about this too. When you learned your first language as a child, did you translate?
No, I just understood.
Exactly. You connected directly to meaning, no middle step. And today, we're going to help you rebuild that same natural process, but in English.
So basically, we're going back to how the brain was originally designed to learn language?
That's it. And here's the exciting part. You don't need to live in an English-speaking country. You don't need perfect grammar. You just need the right mental training.
Okay, I'm already hooked. But I feel like a lot of people watching right now are thinking, I've tried before and it didn't work.
And that's valid. But here's where things get interesting. Most people don't fail because they're incapable. They fail because they're practicing the wrong habit repeatedly.
Oof, that hits hard.
Let me give you a quick example. Imagine going to the gym every day, but using the wrong form.
You just get tired and probably not see results.
Exactly. That's what's happening with your English thinking process. Effort is there, but direction is missing.
So today is like correcting the form of how we think?
Perfect way to put it.
Okay, now I'm curious. What's the first thing we're doing wrong?
I'm glad you asked, because the first mistake is something almost everyone does, and once you see it, you can't unsee it.
Oh no, now I need to know.
Good. That curiosity right there, that's exactly what will help you transform your English.
And if you're watching this right now, I want you to stay with us, because I feel like this episode is going to expose some habits we didn't even realize we had.
And not just expose them, we'll replace them with something powerful.
Also, quick question for you watching. When you try to speak English, do you translate in your head first, or do you try to think directly in English?
Drop your answer in the comments. We actually read them, and it helps us shape future episodes on Talk Easy Daily.
And if you've ever felt stuck or frustrated with speaking English, just know, you're in the right place.
Because in the next part, we're going to uncover the biggest hidden habit that's slowing your brain down and how to break it faster than you think.
I have a feeling this is where things get real.
Oh, they definitely do.
All right, I'm ready.
Let's go deeper. All right, let's expose the first hidden habit that's silently slowing your English down.
I'm slightly nervous, but go ahead.
The habit is this. You're mentally translating everything before you understand or speak.
Okay, but isn't that normal?
It's common, but it's not helpful. In fact, it's the biggest bottleneck in your fluency.
Bottleneck, meaning it slows everything down?
Exactly. Let me show you what's happening inside your brain right now. Someone asks you a simple question in English, like, what did you do yesterday?
Yeah, sounds simple.
But in your mind, step 1, you hear the sentence. Step 2, you translate it into your native language. Step 3, you think of your answer in your native language. Step 4, you translate it back into English. Step 5, you speak.
Oh wow, that's a lot of steps.
Too many. And each step adds delay, confusion, and pressure.
That explains why I freeze sometimes. It's like my brain is overloaded.
Exactly. Now imagine removing 3 of those steps.
That would make everything faster.
Not just faster, natural. Fluent speakers don't translate. They connect English directly to meaning.
But how do you even start doing that? Because right now my brain automatically goes to my native language.
Great question. And here's where we introduce your first powerful shift. Micro-thinking in English.
Micro-thinking?
Yes. Instead of trying to think full complex sentences in English, you start small, very small.
Like how small?
Single words, simple observations, tiny thoughts throughout your day.
Can you give me an example?
Of course. Let's say you're walking into your kitchen. Instead of thinking in your native language, you simply say in your mind, coffee, cup, hungry.
That feels almost too easy.
That's the point. Your brain resists big change, but it accepts small shifts.
So instead of forcing full sentences, we're building the habit step by step?
Exactly. Think of it like teaching your brain a new reflex.
Oh, I like that. A reflex instead of a forced action.
Let me ask you, and everyone watching, have you ever tried to suddenly think only in English and failed after 5 minutes?
Yes, many times.
That's because it's too big of a jump. But micro-thinking works because it's sustainable.
So it's like training your brain in the background?
Perfect. And here's a quick challenge for you watching right now. Try this for the next 10 seconds.
Oh, we're doing this live?
Yes. Look around you and name 3 things in English in your mind.
Okay, phone, table, light.
That's it. That's how it starts.
Wait, that actually felt kind of natural.
Exactly. No translation, just direct connection.
Okay, but what about when we need to say full sentences, like in a real conversation?
That's where the second layer comes in. But before we go there, let me tell you something surprising.
I'm listening.
Most fluent English speakers don't think in perfect sentences either.
Wait, what?
They think in fragments, images, keywords, and then their brain assembles speech automatically.
That actually makes me feel better.
It should, because fluency is not about perfection. It's about speed of connection.
So if you're waiting to form a perfect sentence before speaking, you're actually slowing yourself down?
Exactly. And that's a mistake almost every learner makes.
Wow, okay, this is already changing how I see things.
Good, because we're just getting started.
I feel like a lot of people watching right now are realizing, oh, this is why I struggle.
And if that's you, here's a quick moment. Pause mentally and ask yourself, do I translate too much?
And be honest with yourself.
Because awareness is step 1 of transformation.
Also, if this is already helping you, don't forget to like the video, so more people can discover this kind of training.
And subscribe to Talk Easy Daily if you want to build real fluency, not just memorized English.
Okay, I'm ready for that second layer you mentioned.
Good, because now we're going to upgrade from single words to thinking in simple English sentences without translating.
That sounds like the next big step.
It is, and once you get this part, conversations start to feel completely different.
All right, let's do it.
Imagine this. You're at home and you're about to drink water. Instead of thinking in your native language, you say in your mind, I am drinking water.
That feels manageable.
Now expand it slightly. I am drinking cold water.
Okay, I see what's happening.
You're building sentences directly in English, using your environment.
So we're using real-life situations as practice?
Exactly. This is called live narration.
Oh, I like that term.
You're basically narrating your life in English inside your mind.
That sounds kind of fun, actually.
It is, and more importantly, it's powerful.
But what if I don't know the words for something?
Excellent question. Here's a rule I want you to remember. Don't stop the flow.
What do you mean?
If you don't know a word, simplify. Use what you do know.
Can you give me an example?
Sure. If you don't know the word microwave, you can say, the machine that heats food.
Oh, so instead of stopping, we adapt.
Exactly. Fluency is about flexibility, not vocabulary perfection.
That's actually a huge mindset shift.
And here's a quick myth versus reality moment.
Ooh, I like these.
Myth. I need a big vocabulary to think in English.
That sounds true, but I'm guessing it's not.
Reality. You need a flexible mindset more than a big vocabulary.
That's powerful.
Because once your brain learns to stay in English, even with simple words, it gradually expands naturally.
So the goal is not to impress, it's to stay in the language.
Exactly.
I feel like this removes so much pressure,
That's the idea, because pressure kills fluency.
and confidence builds it.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm curious, how long does it take to start seeing results with this?
That depends on consistency. But here's what most learners notice.
Tell me.
Within a few days, they start catching themselves thinking in English without trying.
Really?
Yes, and that's when you know your brain is rewiring.
That sounds exciting.
It is. But here's where it gets even more interesting.
Don't tell me there's another layer.
There is. And this one changes everything about how you hear English.
Oh, now I really want to know.
Good, because in the next part, we're going to talk about how thinking in English actually improves your listening, and why most people never realize this connection.
Okay, now I'm fully hooked.
Let's take it deeper. Now, this is where things get really interesting, because most people think speaking and listening are separate skills.
Yeah, like you practice speaking and then separately you practice listening.
Exactly. But here's the surprising truth. Your ability to listen in English is directly connected to how you think in English.
Wait, seriously?
Let me explain. When you hear English, your brain tries to match what you hear with something familiar.
That makes sense.
If your brain is trained to think in your native language, what happens is you hear English, and then your brain says, okay, let me translate this first.
And that slows everything down. Again.
Exactly. But here's the breakthrough. When you start thinking in English, your brain begins recognizing English patterns faster.
So instead of translating, it just understands.
Yes, it connects sound directly to meaning.
That sounds like a superpower.
It kind of is. And let me ask you something, and I want everyone watching to think about this honestly.
Okay.
Have you ever watched an English movie with subtitles and noticed that you're reading more than listening?
Oh, wow, yes, I do that all the time.
That's because your brain is still relying on your native language as a support system.
So how do we break that?
Step by step. And here comes one of the most powerful exercises you can start today. Audio immersion with active thinking.
That sounds intense. Break it down for me.
Simple version. You listen to English, and at the same time, you try to think along in English.
Wait, like repeating in your head?
Exactly. Or even predicting what comes next.
Predicting? That sounds hard.
It is at first, but it trains your brain to stay inside English instead of escaping back to your native language.
Can you give a real-life example?
Sure. Let's say you're listening to a simple sentence. I'm going to the store to buy some food.
Okay.
As you hear, I'm going to your brain starts predicting store.
Oh, so you're actively engaging, not just passively listening.
Exactly. That's the difference between hearing English and processing English.
I feel like a lot of people just listen passively and hope it works.
And that's why progress feels slow. Passive listening is like background noise. Active listening rewires your brain.
That's a big difference.
Here's a quick challenge for you watching. Next time you listen to English, try this. Pause after a sentence and repeat it in your mind without translating.
That sounds doable.
And then ask yourself, did I understand it directly or did I translate it? That question alone could reveal a lot. Exactly. Awareness creates progress.
Okay, but what about fast English? Like when people speak quickly, I completely lose track.
That's a common struggle, but here's something surprising. Speed is not the real problem.
Then what is?
Familiarity. Your brain hasn't seen enough English patterns yet.
So it's not that people are speaking too fast, it's that my brain is too slow at recognizing patterns.
Precisely. And the solution is not to slow everything down forever. It's to increase your exposure correctly.
What does correctly mean here?
It means listening at a level where you understand about 60 to 80%.
Not 100%.
No. If you understand 100%, you're not challenging your brain enough.
And if it's too difficult?
Then your brain gets overwhelmed and shuts down.
So we need that sweet spot.
Exactly. That's where growth happens.
This is starting to feel like training in a gym again.
That's because it is. You're training your brain muscles.
Okay, quick question for everyone watching. Do you usually listen to English that's too easy, too hard, or somewhere in the middle?
Drop your answer in the comments. We're really curious to see your patterns.
And if you're realizing right now that you've been doing passive listening, this might be your turning point.
It can be if you apply it.
That's always the key, right?
Always.
Okay, I feel like we've unlocked something important here.
We have, but now comes the part where most learners get stuck again.
Of course, there's always another challenge. And this one is sneaky. I'm intrigued. It's the habit of mental silence. Mental silence? Yes. The moments in your day when your brain is just idle, like when I'm scrolling on my phone or waiting or doing nothing. Exactly. Those moments are either wasted or they become powerful training opportunities. Oh, wow, I never thought about that. Most people don't. But those small moments add up massively over time. So you're saying we can use those moments to train our brain to think in English?
Yes, and in the next part, we're going to show you exactly how to turn everyday idle time into a powerful fluency building system.
That sounds like something everyone needs.
Especially if you feel like you don't have time to practice.
Okay, now I'm really curious.
Good, because what we're about to share next might completely change how you use your day and how fast your English improves.
Let's go.
Let's talk about something most people completely ignore, but it might be the most powerful hidden opportunity you have.
Okay, now I'm really curious.
Those small, quiet moments in your day. Waiting in line, sitting in a car, scrolling your phone, walking alone.
Yeah, those moments feel kind of empty.
Exactly. That's what we call mental silence. And here's the truth. If you're not using those moments to train your brain, you're missing hundreds of learning opportunities every single day.
Hundreds? That sounds like a lot.
It adds up quickly. Think about it. Just 5 minutes here, 3 minutes there. By the end of the day, you've had 30 to 60 minutes of unused mental space.
Wow, when you put it like that, it feels like wasted potential.
Or hidden potential.
I like that better.
Now here's the shift. Instead of letting your mind drift randomly, you start filling those gaps with English thinking.
So basically, we turn dead time into learning time.
Exactly. And the best part, you don't need extra time in your schedule.
That's huge, because a lot of people say, I don't have time to practice English.
And this solves that problem instantly.
Okay, but what do we actually do in those moments?
Great question. Let's break it into something simple and practical. The 3-level mental trading method.
Ooh, I like systems. Let's hear it.
Level 1, observation thinking.
Sounds simple enough.
You just describe what you see around you in English.
Like, the car is red, the sky is blue?
Exactly. Or, people are walking, I am standing in line.
That feels very doable.
Good, because this level is about building consistency, not complexity.
So we're training the brain to stay in English, even for basic thoughts.
Yes. Now level 2, personal thinking.
Okay, this sounds deeper.
Here, you start expressing your own thoughts in English.
Like opinions?
Yes, for example, I feel tired today, I don't like waiting, I want coffee.
That already feels more real, more personal.
Exactly, because now you're connecting English to your internal world, not just external objects.
That's powerful.
And now level 3, imaginary thinking.
Imaginary, this sounds fun.
It is. You create small scenarios in your mind and think through them in English.
Like what kind of scenarios?
Imagine you're ordering food. I would like a sandwich. Can I get a coffee?
Oh, like practicing real life situations.
Exactly. Or imagine a conversation with a friend, or even explaining your day.
That actually sounds like a game.
And that's the secret. When learning feels like a game, your brain learns faster.
Okay, I love this. But let me ask something honestly.
Go ahead.
What if I forget to do this? Like, I start the day motivated and then I just forget.
That's completely normal. So here's a simple trick. Attach English thinking to habits you already have.
Like what?
Every time you check your phone, think one sentence in English.
Oh, that's clever.
Every time you walk through a door, describe something around you in English.
So we're linking it to triggers.
Exactly. That way you don't rely on memory, you rely on routine.
That makes it much easier to stay consistent.
And consistency is everything.
Let me ask everyone watching something. How many times do you check your phone every day?
Be honest.
Because if you used even half of those moments for English thinking, your progress would explode.
That's not an exaggeration.
Okay, this is starting to feel like a complete lifestyle shift.
That's exactly what it is. Fluency is not built in 1 hour a day. It's built in small moments throughout your life.
That's such a different way to look at it.
And here's a quick pattern interrupt.
I'm ready.
Most people think, I need more time to learn English.
That sounds familiar.
Reality, you need to use your existing time differently.
That hits hard.
Because once you realize that, everything changes.
Okay, I feel like this is something people can start today.
Not just today, right now.
So if you're watching this, look around you and think one sentence in English.
Do it before this video continues.
Seriously, pause mentally and try it.
Because action beats intention every time.
And if you just did that, you've already started rewiring your brain.
Exactly.
Okay, but I feel like there's still something missing.
What do you mean?
What about mistakes? Like, what if I think something wrong in English?
This is where things get really important.
I had a feeling.
Because the fear of making mistakes is one of the biggest blockers in thinking fluently.
Yeah, even in my own head, I sometimes hesitate because I'm not sure if it's correct.
And that hesitation breaks the flow.
So what should we do instead?
That's exactly what we're going to tackle next. How to think in English without fear, and why mistakes are actually your fastest path to fluency.
Okay, now that's something I need.
And trust me, once you understand this part, your confidence will change completely.
Let's go deeper.
Let's address the one thing that silently destroys fluency before it even begins.
Let me guess. Fear?
Exactly. The fear of making mistakes, even inside your own thoughts.
It sounds strange when you say it like that, but it's true. Sometimes I hesitate even when I'm just thinking in English.
And that hesitation is more dangerous than the mistakes themselves.
Really?
Absolutely. Because when you hesitate, you interrupt the flow. And fluency is built on continuous flow, not perfect accuracy.
So you're saying it's better to think wrong English than to stop thinking completely?
100%. In fact, let me say something bold.
I'm ready.
Broken English thinking is more powerful than perfect translated English.
Wow, that flips everything.
It does, because when you translate, you stay dependent. But when you think, even imperfectly, you build independence.
That makes so much sense.
Let me ask you, and everyone watching, have you ever stopped mid-sentence because you weren't sure if it was correct?
All the time.
That habit is your biggest enemy.
So how do we break it?
With a simple rule, don't stop, simplify.
I like that, but explain it.
If you don't know the correct grammar, use a simpler version.
Example?
Instead of, I have been going to the gym regularly, just say, I go to the gym.
Oh, remove the complexity.
Exactly. Communication first, perfection later.
That feels so freeing.
It should, because perfection is what's slowing you down.
Okay, but what about thinking? If I think something wrong repeatedly, won't that create bad habits?
Great question. And here's the truth. Your brain self-corrects over time if you keep exposing it to correct English.
So input fixes the mistakes?
Exactly. Listening and reading act as your correction system.
That's reassuring.
Think of it like this. When a child learns a language, they make thousands of mistakes.
That's true.
But they don't stop. And because they don't stop, they improve naturally.
So the real mistake is stopping?
Yes, stopping kills momentum, and momentum is everything.
Okay, this is a big mindset shift.
Let's make it practical. Next time you think in English and feel unsure,
Yeah?
don't pause. Don't switch languages. Just continue, even if it's messy.
Even if it's completely wrong?
Yes, because what you're training is speed and confidence, not perfection.
That's powerful.
Here's a quick story. One of my students used to stop every few seconds while speaking.
Sounds familiar.
He wanted every sentence to be perfect.
And I'm guessing that didn't go well?
Exactly. He spoke very slowly, and his confidence kept dropping.
So what changed?
I gave him one rule. Speak without stopping for 2 minutes, no matter what.
That sounds scary.
It was. But after 1 week, something incredible happened.
What?
His fluency improved not because his grammar got perfect, but because his flow became natural.
That's amazing.
And here's the lesson for you. Fluency grows when you allow imperfection,
That's something people need to hear.
especially if you're someone who overthinks every sentence.
I feel personally attacked.
You're not alone.
Okay, let's pause for a second and ask everyone watching something important.
Go ahead.
When you make a mistake in English, what do you usually do?
Do you stop and correct it immediately, or do you keep going?
Be honest and drop your answer in the comments.
Because your answer reveals your learning style.
And maybe your biggest limitation.
Exactly.
Also, if this episode is helping you rethink your entire approach to English, don't forget to like and subscribe to Talk Easy Daily.
Because we're not just teaching English, we're helping you rebuild how you learn it.
Okay, I feel like this is something people can start today.
Not just today, right now.
So if you're watching this, look around you and think one sentence in English.
Do it before this video continues.
Seriously, pause mentally and try it, because action beats intention every time. And if you just did that, you've already started rewiring your brain.
Exactly.
Okay, but I feel like there's still something missing.
What do you mean?
What about mistakes? Like, what if I think something wrong in English?
This is where things get really important.
I had a feeling.
Because the fear of making mistakes is one of the biggest blockers in thinking fluently.
Yeah, even in my own head, I sometimes hesitate because I'm not sure if it's correct.
And that hesitation breaks the flow.
So what should we do instead?
That's exactly what we're going to tackle next. How to think in English without fear, and why mistakes are actually your fastest path to fluency.
Okay, now that's something I need.
And trust me, once you understand this part, your confidence will change completely.
Let's go deeper.
Let's address the one thing that silently destroys fluency before it even begins.
Let me guess. Fear?
Exactly. The fear of making mistakes, even inside your own thoughts.
It sounds strange when you say it like that, but it's true. Sometimes I hesitate even when I'm just thinking in English.
And that hesitation is more dangerous than mistakes themselves.
Really?
Absolutely. Because when you hesitate, you interrupt the flow. And fluency is built on continuous flow, not perfect accuracy.
So you're saying it's better to think wrong English than to stop thinking completely?
100%. In fact, let me say something bold.
I'm ready.
Broken English thinking is more powerful than perfect translated English.
Wow, that flips everything.
It does, because when you translate, you stay dependent. But when you think, even imperfectly, you build independence.
That makes so much sense.
Let me ask you, and everyone watching, have you ever stopped mid-sentence because you weren't sure if it was correct?
All the time.
That habit is your biggest enemy.
So how do we break it?
With a simple rule, don't stop, simplify.
I like that, but explain it.
If you don't know the correct grammar, use a simpler version.
Example?
Instead of, I have been going to the gym regularly, just say, I go to the gym.
Oh, remove the complexity.
Exactly. Communication first, perfection later.
That feels so freeing.
It should, because perfection is what's slowing you down.
Okay, but what about thinking? If I think something wrong repeatedly, won't that create bad habits?
Great question. And here's the truth. Your brain self-corrects over time if you keep exposing it to correct English.
So input fixes the mistakes?
Exactly. Listening and reading act as your correction system.
That's reassuring. Think of it like this.
When a child learns a language, they make thousands of mistakes.
That's true.
But they don't stop. And because they don't stop, they improve naturally.
So the real mistake is stopping?
Yes, stopping kills momentum, and momentum is everything.
Okay, this is a big mindset shift.
Let's make it practical. Next time you think in English and feel unsure,
Yeah?
don't pause. Don't switch languages. Just continue, even if it's messy.
Even if it's completely wrong?
Yes, because what you're training is speed and confidence, not perfection.
That's powerful.
Here's a quick story. One of my students used to stop every few seconds while speaking.
Sounds familiar.
He wanted every sentence to be perfect.
And I'm guessing that didn't go well?
Exactly. He spoke very slowly, and his confidence kept dropping.
So what changed?
I gave him one rule. Speak without stopping for 2 minutes, no matter what.
That sounds scary.
It was. But after 1 week, something incredible happened.
What?
His fluency improved not because his grammar got perfect, but because his flow became natural.
That's amazing.
And here's the lesson for you. Fluency grows when you allow imperfection.
That's something people need to hear.
Especially if you're someone who overthinks every sentence.
I feel personally attacked.
you're not alone.
Okay, let's pause for a second and ask everyone watching something important.
Go ahead.
When you make a mistake in English, what do you usually do?
Do you stop and correct it immediately, or do you keep going?
Be honest and drop your answer in the comments.
Because your answer reveals your learning style.
And maybe your biggest limitation.
Exactly.
Also, if this episode is helping you rethink your entire approach to English, don't forget to like and subscribe to Talk Easy Daily.
Because we're not just teaching English, we're helping you rebuild how you learn it.
Okay, I feel like this is something people can start today.
We have. But now we're going to go even deeper.
There's more?
Always.
All right, what's next?
Now that you understand how to think in English, how to use your time, and how to remove fear,
Yeah?
we're going to explore something advanced, how to make your thinking faster, sharper, and more automatic.
That sounds like the final level.
It's close, and this is where most learners never go.
Now I'm really curious.
Good, because in the next part, we're going to show you how to turn English into a default mode in your brain.
Default mode, meaning automatic?
Exactly. No effort, no forcing, just natural thinking.
Okay, I need that.
Then let's go deeper. Let's take this to the next level, because what you're about to learn is where English stops being something you practice and starts becoming something you live.
Okay, that already sounds powerful.
It is, because up until now, you've been intentionally thinking in English, right?
Yeah, like I have to remind myself.
Exactly. But the goal is to reach a point where you don't have to remind yourself anymore.
So it just happens automatically?
Yes, that's what we call default mode thinking.
I love that concept. But how do we actually get there?
Meaning?
You attach English thinking to situations that happen every day.
Like routines again?
Exactly. For example, every morning when you wake up, you think, what do I need to do today?
That's smart.
Every time you eat, you think, this tastes good, or I want more.
So the same situations create the same English patterns.
Yes, and over time, your brain stops translating and starts recognizing.
That's how it becomes automatic.
Exactly.
Let me ask something. How long does it take for this to become a habit?
It depends on consistency, but here's what usually happens.
Tell me.
At first, it feels forced.
Yeah, that's where I am right now.
Then it becomes occasional. You catch yourself thinking in English randomly.
That sounds exciting.
Then it becomes frequent. And finally, it becomes your default.
That progression feels realistic.
And here's something important. Don't rush the process.
Why not?
Because forcing it too hard creates mental fatigue.
So we keep it light?
Exactly. Think of it like planting a seed. You water it daily, but you don't dig it up to check if it's growing.
That's such a good analogy.
Let me ask you, and everyone watching, have you ever tried to force yourself to learn something so hard that you ended up quitting?
Oh yes, many times.
That's what we want to avoid.
So consistency over intensity?
Always.
Okay, I feel like we're getting into something really deep here.
We are. Because now we're not just talking about learning English, we're talking about identity.
Identity? That sounds serious.
It is, because at some point, you stop being someone who is learning English, and you become someone who uses English.
Wow, that's a big shift.
And that shift changes everything. Your confidence, your speed, your comfort.
So it's not just a skill, it's part of who you are.
Exactly.
That's powerful.
Here's a quick pattern interrupt.
I'm ready.
Most people say, I want to speak English fluently.
That sounds normal.
But high-level learners think, I want to live in English.
That's a completely different mindset,
In mindset shapes behavior.
which shapes results.
Exactly.
Okay, I want to ask everyone watching something important.
Go ahead.
Do you see English as something you study or something you use?
That answer might explain your current level.
And maybe your future progress too.
Exactly.
Also, if this episode is changing how you see English, share it with someone who's struggling, because this could genuinely help them.
And make sure you're subscribed to Talk Easy Daily, because we go beyond traditional learning. We focus on real transformation.
Okay, I feel like we've reached a very advanced level here.
We have. But before we finish, there's one more thing we need to do.
Let me guess, bring everything together?
Exactly. In the next part, we're going to recap everything, but not in a boring way.
Good.
We'll connect all the pieces into a simple, powerful system you can actually follow every day.
That's exactly what people need.
And we'll also give you a final challenge, something that can completely change your English if you take it seriously.
Okay, now I'm excited.
Good. Let's finish strong. All right, let's bring everything together, but not in a way that just sounds good, in a way that actually sticks in your mind.
Yes, please, because we covered a lot and I want to make sure I can actually use it.
Perfect. So instead of a boring recap,
Let's imagine something.
Okay, I'm listening.
Imagine two learners.
All right.
The first learner studies grammar rules, memorizes vocabulary lists, and translates everything in their head.
Sounds like most people.
The second learner does something different. They think in small English words throughout the day. They describe their environment. They use idle time. They don't fear mistakes, and they stay in English, even if it's simple.
I think I already know where this is going.
After 3 months, who speaks more naturally?
Definitely the second one.
Exactly. And here's the key. You can become that second learner starting today.
That actually feels possible now.
Good. So let's simplify everything into a daily system.
I love this part.
Step 1. Micro-thinking. Throughout your day, think in single English words or short phrases.
Like coffee, tired, hungry.
Exactly. Step 2. Live narration. Describe what you're doing in simple English sentences.
I am walking. I am opening the door.
Perfect. Step 3. Use your idle moments.
No more wasting time scrolling without thinking.
Exactly. Turn those moments into English thinking opportunities.
Got it.
Step 4. Don't stop for mistakes.
This one is huge.
Keep the flow. Always.
Even if it's messy.
Especially if it's messy.
I love that.
Step 5. Connect English to emotions and routines.
So it becomes automatic over time.
Exactly.
This actually feels like a system I can follow every day.
That's the goal. Simple, practical, powerful.
Okay, now I'm curious. What's the final challenge?
I'm glad you asked, because this is where everything changes if you take it seriously.
I'm ready.
For the next 24 hours, I want you to live in English.
24 hours? That sounds intense.
Not perfectly, not flawlessly, just consistently.
So even if I struggle, I keep going?
Yes, think in English whenever you remember. Use the system we just built.
That actually sounds like a fun challenge.
It is. And here's the important part. Notice what changes.
Like what?
Notice how often you translate. Notice when you forget. Notice when it feels natural.
So we observe our own thinking process.
Exactly. Because awareness creates improvement.
I feel like this could be a turning point for a lot of people.
It can be, if they commit.
Okay, let's ask everyone watching something important.
Go ahead.
Are you going to try this 24-hour challenge?
If yes, comment, I'm in.
And if you actually complete it, come back and share your experience.
We read those stories, and they inspire others too.
Also, don't do this alone. Share this episode with a friend and challenge them to do it with you.
That makes it more fun and more effective.
And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe to Talk Easy Daily if you want more episodes like this.
Because this is just the beginning.
Yeah, I feel like we didn't just learn English today, we learned how to think differently.
That's exactly what happened.
And honestly, that feels more powerful than just memorizing words.
It is. Because once your thinking changes, your results follow naturally.
I love that.
So remember this. Fluency is not something you chase.
It's something you build.
One thought at a time.
One moment at a time.
One decision at a time.
And it starts right now.
Exactly.
All right, I think it's time.
Time to take action.
And time to think in English.
We'll see you in the next episode of Talk Easy Daily.
And until then,
Keep it simple
keep it consistent.
and keep thinking in English.
See you soon.